What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another long-awaited episode of Chess-Lomania. So sorry I haven't been recording for I think about 10 days now, maybe almost 2 weeks. I was devastated by that past loss for one, and then two, I've had some personal stuff in my life that has been making me pretty busy. So without further ado, let's keep climbing the Elo ladder, and we will never again be sadder than where we were in the past episode at the end. So let's go ahead. We have white pieces, so we got the initiative. Let's face against Leon Cray 19 from Germany. He's playing the Perk defense. When someone plays the Perk defense, I kind of like. Actually, I've never played against the Perk defense before. I'll go ahead and do a knight thing. The Geller system is what it's called. And then he did this. I'll do two knights. I'll do a two knights defense. He's going to Fianchetto his bishop. So I would like to do something similar to this. I don't want to go all the way and give check because then he can basically get a very, very nice pawn chain going on his queen side. So now I'm not completely opposed to just moving this pawn up to support this middle pawn and then doing a little castling here, a little castling action. So I'll also castle. And I like my diagonal that I have for this bishop right now. It's a pretty decent diagonal. Um, I think getting this diagonal for this dark squared bishop would also be fantastic. And, if I can just directly challenge the center with this pawn push, I would not be complaining. I'm not complaining at all. I think he's been a little bit passive blocking in his own bishop on this side. Like he pretty much, moved his knight in this direction, blocking his own bishop when he could have put it in a more active square. But I mean, other than that, his position is, very standard. It's not bad at all for, the 10th move or whatever. Let's see what he does. This is the first move where he's thinking a lot. He's probably going to think about doing the take anyways. Then I'll take it with queen, and he might try to do, some fancy knight move to do this good discovered attack. Nope. Okay. Actually, I mean, if he attacks with the knight, I'm not super. It sounds weird, but I'm not super concerned. He can take my bishop if he wants. I'll double my pawns, but it frees up this rook. Also, I think I'm better. I'm better than him. Um, this is only 1800. I mean 800. I think we'll get to 1000 soon. And this is it doubles up the pawns, but it frees up this rook's file, and that combined with the bishop is pretty interesting. And then, I mean, I might be one pawn down later on in the game, and and then I can block out this bishop's vision. I think would be a decent outcome. But I can't move this knight anywhere. But if I do move it back here, then I can, do a double battery with my queen. So I don't hate this, actually. I do not hate that because also, I move the knight away, but then if they try to do any kind of funky checks or anything like that, I can move my knight back. I guess on the back rank. I can just do this to threaten a attack. I think he's just trying to bait me to attack at first. Now he'll have to move this rook. He'll spend a turn moving this rook. And then I can do a double battery. Yep. Okay, so now we have three pieces eyeing down this one light square. So we're in a better position now. The only thing is that he could probably, if he can correctly defend, then he will probably get this pawn. He is correctly defending so far. So I might want to do this. just so that he doesn't get the free pawn anymore. Then he's moving his guy up there. Hmm. You know, if he tries to do that, I can literally just take with my knight. This will no longer be a threat, but then this will, attack the queen, and I'll also have a very nice outpost. So it's not really that bad. But the question is, like, is there any kind of actionable move that I can do right now? And that would be probably moving the knight forward, but then I don't really see the utility in this. Because if I go here or here, it'll just get taken, and I can't do any fancy takes here. Mm. One of the best things I can do is probably to start doubling the rooks or to do a pawn push. That actually would be nice because this would help. I'm spending too much time on this particular move, but the thing is that he can move his knight up. He can start moving his. Oh no, wait, he cannot necessarily. I think doing this is better because then it would prevent this pawn push from dislodging my knight. And then only after he takes and I retake will he be able to take this square. But then, he wouldn't be able to yet because of the queen. And he can't make any real new threats because of the queen. And then I could push this one up. Okay. I don't want to double the pawns on this side. Yeah, I think this is not that bad. So now the queen is attacked. Unfortunately, I cannot undouble my pawns yet. But I have three center pawns, and none of them can be undoubled. Unfortunately. But if I can, if the queen moves like on another square like this, then I can start wreaking havoc on their side. But also, if they move their pawn over here, might get more difficult. I think him moving the queen here might be the best move that he has, and he didn't do it. But I don't think it's a huge mistake because now I can threaten the queen again to bait out this take, and then if I take here, then it's a more precarious position for the king. But then I can also now I can move this knight forward, and then I can have these double supported knights right here, and then that will be a fork. That threatens a royal fork. So I think we have a royal fork threatened. Wait, no. If only there was like a way to check them by moving my king forward here and then retaking when the knights go into a royal fork, that would be even better, but unfortunately that is not the case. Although maybe they would fall for it at this elo, but I'd rather play it a little bit safer. Man, this game is actually pretty fun, actually. Against the perk defense Geller system. It's been a pretty fun game so far. And this person is playing pretty well for their elo. What am I saying? You see the last episode where I got stalemated at the last moment by someone that was 600 elo or something like that? I soiled it. Okay, so he's threatening this on my knight, so now I can actually do the royal fork. Now the game might be, in fact, over. Yo, he soiled it. And he still didn't care. He still didn't care. He soiled it and still didn't care, and now he can't retake this yet. Because then his bishop will be hanging. Oh my goodness. Okay, he actually fell over that. I thought that like once I moved the knight over there it became obvious, but I mean I can undouble my pawns. Or I mean untriple. I can start untripling my pawns. And I can ooh, nope. Nope. If I were to take this, he could have done something like that. Would not have been comfortable. Wait, no, but then I could move up here and then take his bishop, so it's not that big of a deal. Uh-huh. All right. What? Pause. Yo, pause. This is not another trap. 3 minutes is plenty of time. I think I can convert this within 3 minutes. Although I don't like getting this pawn freaking destroyed. And you know, something I can do is this, that, you can't take, then that, or this. Wait, let's see. Took, and then he threatened it. I could have, instead of taking this pawn in the first place, I could have threatened this to start with, so. But, you know, he's probably, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'll go ahead and do this. You might ask, why did I not just take this pawn right here? Because he might take this pawn. Aha, he understood. He understood to a good extent. It's because if I took this pawn, I mean he can move around or whatever, but me moving this pawn right here, if he were to take it, then it would leave his king extremely vulnerable. And then if he doesn't, then I get a promotion. So with a good amount of checks, so very useful. I'll do this. I mean, he can in this case he can sacrifice his rook for it. I mean, this is already kind of over, right? He's trying to play for time essentially, because I mean he's trying to flag me. There we go. So we actually got the mate in 1 this time. I did not miss mate in 3 this time. So yeah, that was a pretty decent win. Let's go ahead and see how we did. Man, it's so good to be back. We are now at 862 elo. 862 elo. We're so close to 900 actually. I can taste it. I can smell it. I can grok it. So 84.4% accuracy. That's not that bad, but me getting 2 mistakes is pretty bad. So let's go ahead and see what we did that was bad. I did everything fine in the perk defense for the initial opening, but I wasn't aggressive enough towards the middle. I think that's kind of a deficiency in general with my playstyle, is I like to play a little bit more solidly when I'm white or black. Then that's fine. Me kicking the knight was bad because then he can take the bishop. It was better for me to threaten the queen first. And then after I threatened the queen, he would move his knight back, and I would have developed my bishop with a tempo, or even developed more with a tempo. So that's why I consider it a mistake, because it also doubles my pawns. I mean, that's respectable. I knew that it was kind of already a mistake when I played it. I just played it off a whim. Tucking the knight in was all right, but not the best. Me doubling up my developing this battery was an inaccuracy because I could have immediately attacked the knight, but that doesn't do anything. So what was the idea here? Attack the knight, then he probably takes that, and then if I were to take, then his bishop would be there. So if I undoubled my pawns, which is good, then no, but this was already blocked off. So what's the idea? I think the idea might be that one of these might be nah, just develops the knight, blocks this square from my bishop leaving this square. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But then I can and then he threatens this. And then I would have to boost it here, and then he might do something like that. Or this. Okay. That makes sense. Blocked off my bishop a little bit. Then it was a mistake to bring this knight forward because I could have just tripled my pawns immediately. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, because then once he takes, I can go put mine over here with check, and then if he takes, then I can kill his queen, my rook. So that's the reason why it was the fossilization attack tactic that I missed. So I mean that's understandable. Let's see if I played the rest of this game well. I'm sure the engine always says you're playing well when you're doing well. Could have gone immediately for moving my queen in there, push the pawn up at the right time. I knew that this probably wasn't the best compared to taking with the queen. And then I made him move correctly. Okay, that was a mate in 7. Wait, no, I missed mate in 7. And then I had mate in 2. Okay. All right, guys. So that was pretty good analysis and game right there. I hope you all have a great day. I'm back, baby. And yeah, peace.